Jairzinho Rozenstruik against Cyril Gane. I'll tell you what, I love Rozenstruik. I think he's tough as hell, but I think
I hear a but.
I'm being honest, man. Bon Gaimon, Cyril Gane. I believe that he is a more well-rounded fighter. I think he's got the very good stand-up along with, Rozenstruik. But, dude, he's big, he's strong, he's fast. I just think that he's coming up, and I think he's got just more tools in the box there. I think he can open that up, and he's got submissions. He's not just looking for the knockout. I'm kind of leaning towards him, and I love Biggie Boy. Biggie Boy he's fun to watch. I'm not sure that it's a good stylistic matchup for him. Although the only guy that's put him in the loss column in the UFC is a guy that hits like a freight train coming at you in Ngannou. So I don't know. I don't know why I keep on looking at Cyril Gane and thinking, man, this is the guy that I think is going to give Rozenstruik some problems.
Have you not seen the side-by-side body comparison? That's why you look at. That's why I look at Cyril Gane. I'm like,
bodies don't mean nothing.
Look at this guy. How do you like go against him? He's built like a Greek god. I mean, like, okay, guys.
Let me get you going back 1 second. I want you to think of a fight. It was only like 2 weeks ago, and it was Rodrigo Vera against Hernandez. Look at the body types. And look at who won.
Yeah.
My man Hernandez.
Let's talk about that fight in terms of that one guy was cutting weight. Neither heavyweight has to cut weight.
No, that's true.
Yeah, I know. Neither heavyweight has to cut weight. They're both 248, or they both weigh in around 248. 162, 165. Cyril Gane, I think, has the ability to keep the pressure on him, press him against the fence, take away his striking, mix it up like you're talking about. The athleticism will be there. He's got to set up his takedowns or at least get into the clinch a little bit better by punching his way in. If he doesn't do that, he's going to be there to get hit. I think I have to, and this is like vinegar coming out of my mouth, is that I agree with you.
Ooh, look at that.
I agree with the fact that
damn,
I was thinking the same thing. I mean, this is a huge jump up in competition for Cyril Gane. But if he can get this win, that puts him right in that conversation of potentially not being next for a title shot, but fighting one more person and then getting to that title shot. I think it would have to be someone like a Derek Lewis, though. He'd have to beat a Derek Lewis. He'd have to beat the loser of who's fighting right now, Stipe, and he'd have to get one more big win, I think, to get him that title shot. But I'm looking at Cyril Gane. If he fights smart and uses all of his abilities, I think he can win this fight, and I think he can do it pretty, I wouldn't say easily, but it could be kind of one-sided if he fights a smart fight. If he decides to stick on the outside and he gasses himself out, forcing the takedowns or trying to stand, he's going to be in a lot of trouble.
Well, his stand-up is very good.
It is.
And that's really my whole reason for saying I think that he's got the tools to actually get this done is he's more well-rounded. He's got, 3 wins by knockout. He's got 3 wins by submission, where if you go and you look at Rozenstruik, here's the guy, man, he is power. He is a guy, he's going to come, he's going to try to take your head off, and he's got 10 KOs. But if you look in that submission category, there's a big goose egg because he doesn't even think about that. He is going to try to punch his hand through your head. So just the fact that on the ground, one guy has the ability to not have to use strikes, has other tools, that's my big difference maker. But this is a great heavyweight matchup. When you were talking about, man, the heavyweights have kind of got me excited. This is the kind of fight should definitely get the fans excited because this is a great matchup.
Yeah, because stylistically, like Cyril Gane can take the fight in other places, but will Jairzinho will he be able to? Will Jairzinho be able to keep him in the center of the cage and make him stand with him? That's the one thing. Can he stop 1 or 2 takedowns, or can he keep himself out of the clinch so he's not blowing himself up and slowing down the striking in that position? Cyril Gane has all the abilities, but it really comes down to fight IQ. Who can fight the best and the smartest fight? Jairzinho can just keep him in the center of the cage and stick and move and throw big, heavy shots when the opportunities present themselves without overextending himself to get put into that clinch or that get taken down. Then he's got a good chance of winning. But if Cyril Gane fights a smart fight, I think he can make it a one-sided fight for 3 rounds or not, sorry, 5 rounds. But for 5 rounds. Or he can get the finish. If he's able to get the takedown, I can see a potential submission as well.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. And it's clear, Rozenstruik has got such power. We were arguing about the Overeem fight. Overeem won, like I said, he won 4 rounds, 4 minutes and 50 seconds. And that's a win for, Rozenstruik, because he knocks him out in that. And so he's got that ability at any point in the fight. That's what always makes him scary.
Well, I guess my next question is the winner of this fights who?
It's a good question, but you're looking at the guys who just fought. And I could see that the winner of this will go against someone like Derek Lewis.
Yes.
I really look at that. This is a fight. Derek Lewis, you're looking to watch the fight because you're probably going to get matched up against one of these guys. He's not going to get that step up, where people are talking about championship fight.
No.
Nope, that's not going to happen. He did beat Curtis Blades. He's now ranked right behind Francis, and I think Francis is going to get that next title shot against Stipe. But then you take a look, and if Rozenstruik wins, he was ranked number 4. I think he's going to jump Blades, and Derek Lewis and Rozenstruik would fight. And if Cyril Gane can, get the win, I think that they're going to jump him up into at least the 4th, position where Rozenstruik is at now. And they could even put him up to 3.
Yeah.
And that right there puts number 2 against number 3. That would be the way I look at it right now. The winner of this, you're looking at that guy that's called the Beast. He's going to be the next opponent.
Yeah, I could see whoever wins this fight fighting Derek Lewis, because remember, John Jones is going to cut that line, which everyone, just so we're clear, he deserves to cut the line. We talked about.
Yes, he does.
I don't want people to think I'm throwing shade. He deserves to cut the line. I think he's definitely earned it. He deserves to be up there. If he's going to be ready by then to fight, and if they can get their contract stuff negotiated out first, then he'll cut the line. He'll be right up there to fight the winner of Francis Ngannou and Stipe Miocic. So if those two fight, and then the loser of that will probably drop down after that and fight someone like a Curtis Blades, or maybe a Volkov, or maybe a Cyril Gane or something along those lines. But I as much as I think Cyril Gane's probably going to win, like you were saying, but I want to see Biggie Boy and I want to see Derek Lewis fight. That's the fight I want to see. Fun. That's the fight I want to see. Yeah. But
you're talking about two guys that just go after knocking you out. So
yeah, exactly. So the fight I want to see is that one, but I think Cyril Gane gets it done. And then I think he does the same thing to Derek Lewis.
Really?
I think that he basically the format would be very similar to how you beat both of them is the very similar format.
Yeah. Game plan would be close.
I think Derek Lewis got a little bit more power than Jairzinho, but I think Jairzinho got a little bit more cleaner stand-up.
Yeah, a little more technical.
A little bit technical, more cleaner stand-up, yeah. So, but I mean, either way, like I said this, 3 weeks ago, man, heavyweight division is not really doing it for me. And then like a week later, I was like, all right, foot out of the mouth. Okay, here we go. It's coming alive. It's coming alive. I'm amped up I'm glad that the UFC is putting together.
That's because there's good matchups.
There's good matchups to be had. That's true. So good stuff on their part.